Alright, hello ladies and gentlemen, my name is Miss Bridges. I am going to be your English teacher here for the 10th grade. I'm really looking forward to working with all of you. But first things first, I want you guys to know a little bit about me. The first thing I'd like to tell you is, of course, as a teacher of English, I am an avid reader. I do have a favorite author, and that is good old J.R.R. Tolkien. He's one that we won't get to study this year, but it's something I recommend you look into. In fact, Gandalf here has a very good piece of advice for you all. If you do not study, you shall not pass. Keep that in mind as we go. But aside from just being a reader of the English language, I am also very interested in other languages as well. I have studied 5 years of both Latin and Ancient Greek, and studying languages has been one of the most rewarding things I've ever done, and in fact it's something I recommend very, very highly. If any of you feel like getting into another language besides English, I would really recommend to do it, because it gives you not only a good understanding of English, of another language, but of English as well. Now, one thing people ask me a lot is, oh, you studied Latin, what's your favorite saying in Latin? And it's one I've written here, quid Latine dictum sit, altum videtur, and that translates to, anything said in Latin sounds impressive. And I can attest, yes it does. Alright, a little bit more about me. I am a band geek. I played in the marching band in high school and also in college at Fresno State University. I played the flute, the piano, the oboe, and the saxophone. And so music is a really huge part of my life. Speaking of Fresno State, that is where I received both my bachelor's and my master's degree. It was from Fresno State University. Go Dogs. My high school was in a little place called Ridgecrest, California, in the middle of the desert in the Mojave area. Burroughs High School, coincidentally, has the mascot of the burro. We were the Burroughs Burros, and we did indeed have a live donkey in every home game. His name was Sherman. Alright, but enough about me. Let's go ahead and move on to what we are going to do in this class. And our first question is, why are we doing this? Why are we going to study literature? Right? Isn't it just reading a whole bunch of books? What good does that do us? Well, that's one of the questions that we are going to answer. But first off, let's do a little bit of comparison. Okay? Here we see that science can tell you how to clone a Tyrannosaurus Rex. Science has all kinds of amazing and wonderful applications. And so, what benefit does English have? What benefit do the humanities, things like philosophy and reading and literature, what impact do they have on the world? Well, if science can teach you how to clone a Tyrannosaurus Rex, humanities can tell you why this might be a bad idea. And this brings us to what is going to be the central question in this class, is what should we do? Right? Science is a wonderful field that can tell us much about what we can do. What are the limits of human achievement? Humanities asks a different question. Humanities asks, what should we do? And that is our main question that we are going to be answering as we read this semester. Moving on to a little bit of our course goals. We have 3 main goals here. First is to recognize, 2 is to distinguish, and 3 is to understand. We're going to be able to recognize differences in literary genres, distinguish between main ideas, and understand main ideas within entire paragraphs and works, and also vocabulary in appropriate context. Okay? And here is a brief preview for you all of the kind of reading list we are going to read. We have a couple of classics in here, and a few things you may not have heard of. They're all wonderful books, and I am really looking forward to diving into them with you. And I really look forward to seeing you all in class. I'll be seeing you soon.